What up, everybody? Chris here from Friendly Frenzy Games, back with another episode of Teardown's campaign. We're diving into the second mission now in part 2 of Teardown's campaign. Very excited to see what this is going to mean for us. Obviously, if you caught yesterday's episode, we were introduced to the robot, kind of like armed robots and stuff that they have going on at these facilities here. So I'm assuming that that's going to be a big kind of thing that we are working around in chapter 2 here, as opposed to just strictly fire alarms and wired alarms. I would imagine we are going to need our health a lot more than in previous missions, so it's going to be interesting to see how chapter 2 plays out, but very excited to have you guys join us along this progress, checking out our journey here. So let's hop into it. Tracy is our mom, told us that we made a deposit, got a new client, must be paying well. Anyways, thinking about the old van, maybe we should get a new one. Could thank your old rust bucket for grocery shopping. Saw this at the dealer. What do you think? I don't really know why our van makes any difference. Maybe it will going forward, not 100% sure. But we will see. So we did have that yellow van before. It looks like we're going to have a white one to accompany us on jobs now. Okay, see, we're still doing missions here for the police department. So we have our old friend Parisa Teardown again. Long time no see. After the Lee case was closed, I didn't really dig further into BlueTide and Mr. Amanitides, but just recently we've gotten several toxicology reports indicating that there's something in the energy drink that clearly shouldn't be there. The dictometer is maxed out, and that thing isn't even very sensitive. Just tried it on my morning coffee, no reaction. So we are going back to Hollowrock. We're getting clean samples of the secret ingredients. Okay, by the way, I heard they closed a deal with RoboSec recently. Stay safe. So I would imagine Hollowrock at this point is going to be infested with these robots that we just encountered up here at Quilla's security, but we will see. Relatively small in terms of objective numbers for Hollowrock Island. You can see we had done our largest missions to date in this specific location. We had a 7, an 8, and then most recently a 9 objective mission that we completed, being assortment of dishes. We do have one here now, secret ingredients. We're going back to Hollowrock, which is going to be very interesting, but it is only, I say only, but there is still 6 objectives. Only 2 of them are secondary, so 4 of them being primary, but it doesn't really matter the breakdown. We are completing all of the objectives in this mission so that we can continue our perfect streak and just continue pushing our rank up here. So we can see that our next rank and should be new tool is unlocked at 120, which is very cool. Have not done our valuable run yet, but I will be doing this eventually. I'll let you guys know kind of when I do and what we buy with these upgrades. Again, I will probably put something together just to highlight some of the key areas that we found, some of the more expensive valuables. I just don't know if I'm actually gonna put it together as we've been doing these episodes, because I don't know how interesting it's actually going to be, but I'll record it and just see, and if I get some feedback, maybe I'll decide to put it up, but we'll see where we go from there. Anyways, let's hop into this mission. Let's just quickly see. Each sample is stored in a secure safe that can only be opened with explosives, but we need to watch out for security robots. Okay, very cool. So I would imagine with this then, we aren't going to have any timers. Okay, we have fire alarm and we have guard robots. So this is the first time that we're actually doing a mission with guard robots. Stay away from guard robots. I don't know if this triggers an alarm or if they just want to kill us. We have done some evasive missions before, mainly in the attack helicopters. Obviously, Hollowrock looks pretty cool here. It's a little different in the winter. We've got some ice that we're able to walk across that makes traversing the water a lot easier. Mind you, it isn't really an issue in this map, except for kind of along the coast. But that's super nice. This is all ice that we're able to walk on without even cracking, so that's super helpful to know. I have to be careful with how much I'm running around here. I don't know if they're going to mark the guard robots on our map. I don't know if these... Okay, so we can see ones here. I don't know if they are all on their own path, if it's like a mapped path, or if they just kind of run around aimlessly. It looks like this one's going to just stay stuck in the confines of this area. I only see one right now, but I would imagine on a map this size, there's likely more than that. We just need to uncover where they actually are. I would imagine there's going to be some in these buildings here looking to give us a little bit of a jump scare. This one already, I don't know where it went. I don't know if it's that tucked in there or if it actually went inside this building already, but it looks like we know for sure. Okay, so it must have just been hanging outside. It looks like we know for sure up in this area we're going to have one. So it'd be nice to get this one out of the way nice and early, just so we can kind of cross that guy off our list. So let's head up there. Again, we need to kind of make sure that we are keeping all of these objectives and stuff in mind. I don't want to accidentally run into one of these robots, but we'll see how we go here. I'm not sure how quickly or how carefully we're going to have to play this. Okay. So just like that, we've already uncovered a robot. I don't know if it's going to chase us or if it just kind of plays a defensive perimeter. You can see here it is chasing us. I don't know how easy it is to lose, or if they're able to scale stairs, so it is going to be interesting. I don't know if it lost us. Okay, so we're going to have to figure out what the limitations of these robots are. By the looks of it, they cannot climb stairs. So that's good to know. If all we need to do is maintain a height advantage over these guys, we should be in pretty good shape. You can see, so I'm assuming the red light means he's hostile. I don't know if that means he's coming towards us, but I'm curious to watch on this map just how this goes here. Okay, so they do climb stairs. Okay, that's good to know. And it doesn't look like we've been able to shake him yet. I don't know how long we have to stay out of sight or if we can even break their hostility here. But it looks like he was the one who was patrolling this area. I don't know if he's climbing up. He's going down, so maybe the color of his light doesn't change based on hostility. It looks like he's just going back to patrol. So we'll have to kind of keep an eye on that if there's any tells, whether or not they are kind of chasing us or what. But it's nice that you can see them on the map. That's going to be super helpful in terms of trying to formulate plans and stuff to get around these guys. So I'm stoked on that. Very cool. Again, based on kind of what we learned in that lab, I don't think you can kill these guys. It more so just disables them temporarily, so keeping that in mind as well. We're going to have to play with that in mind. Just going to look for some valuables while we're here. I don't know if there are any even cheap ones here. Doesn't look like it. Give a quick look out to the map here. We know we have our first... okay, so he's over there. I don't know if I can get on the roof, but I'm going to just see if I can pop out of here real quick. I don't know if they pick up on like sound and stuff, or if it's just like purely sight. Again, we're going to need to play a little bit with these robots to really kind of figure out what their limitations are and how we need to play, but okay, so we need explosives. So, oh. I don't know how he knows we're here. I would imagine they can open doors. But he just saw through it? Okay. Yeah, so I'm not quite sure how he knows we're here. Because this was not part of his regular, like, security detail before. He's leaving now. So that's good to know. It's nice that we can see his outline, so we can see that he's getting further away from us. We can still watch his outline on the map. I'm assuming that's just because he's close. We know that we need to get on the second floor here. I wonder if he can hear us, because he's coming... Is he coming back? He's just parked there. So I'm crouch walking right now just on the odd chance that they are listening and can hear. Okay, so I think he's outside unless there's two robots in here, which is possible as well. Just waiting to see. So he must know that we're close to here. Not sure how. But he must know that we're close. Okay. So he's coming back up. I'm going to just drop to the floor then. If he came up, I'm going to drop to the floor. so he's all messed up on the second floor there. He's probably going to come back down. But as soon as we can get out of his way there, I know there's a cave entrance. I want to say just, I don't remember where the cave entrance was. I thought it was right there, but maybe not. Either way though, so we should be free and clear of that robot for a little while now. I want to hop back in the cave if it's possible, just because we're pretty sheltered in there, but it doesn't really matter. This robot's gonna come flying out of here. Let me just figure out where we need to go. So we know that there is a robot kind of just chilling underground here. So I'm gonna just play this a little. Looks like pure rock. From doing that propane tank mission, I know that there's an entrance. I'm just gonna find it. This seems to be like all rock that we can't get through, so that's fine. Not a big deal. That robot is just booting around the front here. I'm also curious too, kind of what tools do the most damage to this thing. Like, I don't know if one shot from the hunting rifle would be enough to incapacitate it, or if we have to hit it in a certain area, but we'll see how this goes. Having a tough time getting around these things here. Okay, so that's gonna screw him up a little bit. Just be able to hop out the window here, hop onto the roof. We can definitely cover a lot more ground quicker than they can, for sure. So as long as you can kind of use evasive maneuvers, I don't really see why they would be all that crazy. They probably do some pretty good damage, but again, if you're able to kind of have a pretty good idea where you're needing to go for objectives, it shouldn't be too hard. It looks like they're going to have a lot more robots in this than I was expecting, but again, at the same time, we did kind of account for them being in these buildings, so we have to watch, I guess, the fire alarms too. That's going to be the other thing, because it sounds like they used missiles and it started the house on fire, so that might be a little bit of a challenge. I could see. I hear a fire, I just don't see where exactly it is. Okay. I want to deal with this fire. I don't want to save yet. Okay, here we go. I don't want to save because I don't want to save with a fire going. Trying to put this fire out really quickly, but we can see that we're having a little bit of a tough time with this robot not really giving us much of a chance here. I'm going to take a couple of shotgun shots, not really sure. Not sure actually the shotgun even works on him. I hit him a couple of times up in this eye. Maybe he needs to be shot from the back. I'm not quite sure what his deal is. So he fell. But this fire is raging all of a sudden. Again, I want to make sure that this fire is completely out before we go ahead and save, because I don't want to have to contend with this later. At the same time, I know one of our other viewers, don't ban this account. I'm assuming that this is the vault that you're talking about down here in Hollowrock, so that's going to be really cool. Want a chance to explore this. I don't think... This guy's probably trapped down there now. He doesn't have any stairs to get up, so... It's going to make this a little more difficult than moving, but I'm wondering if we use a pipe bomb, if that would be enough to screw him up. Okay, so he's messed up for just a second at least. And now I'm stuck on him. Oh yeah, he's stuck. So we're going to definitely need to be making use of our planks and stuff in this. You can come up with some really cool ways to take the robots out of commission. Definitely more effective if you can limit their mobility as opposed to just trying to disorient them, but I'll have to see how all this goes. I don't know if you can actually really play stealth with these robots because they seem to know that you're in the area at least, but we'll see. I can see him there. Doesn't see me. I don't know though if they'll hear me open the door. If they'll hear me crouch walk. Yeah, they just seem to know when I'm in the area. Really quickly. It is nice though that we are able to move considerably quicker than they are. That's pretty sweet, but again, I would imagine we're gonna have a nice little fire. Again, everything is wood in here, so it's gonna light up pretty quickly. Want to make sure that we're putting all of this out, if that's possible. It didn't fall to the basement. I want to figure out how to get down there again, because I just kind of fell there. Oh, is it down in here? I don't know. Yeah. Okay, that's very cool. Gonna quick save because we do have our second objective. This damn thing just keeps following me. It doesn't really seem like this is gonna hurt. Let's see what's in here. Oh, I wonder if I need a blowtorch. The bombs don't work. I wonder if nitroglycerin will. Okay, this damn robot. Get off me, man. Okay. I think at this point I'm going to have to just kind of take note where this is and leave it alone because this thing's going to just keep trapping me downstairs. But that's very cool. I'm definitely going to have to go back there because I'm curious to see what's in there, how to get in there, but I don't really have any time to experiment with how to do it because that thing's going to just keep trapping me downstairs. So we'll just kind of keep with the task at hand here, our mission objectives first of all. Keep playing through this one. Definitely learning how to play with these robots though. They hate explosives, which is really good to know. We've pulled this guy out a little bit, and I know there's another entrance into here, so let's just pop in here. Okay. Can I just blow this up? Okay. See if we get in there a little quicker, but... swing by, pick this up. Boom. Here he comes again. Okay, so I guess that's really the trick with this one. Yeah, you're trying to avoid the robot fire as much as you possibly can, but also though trying to just open these objectives without starting too big of a fire, which is pretty cool because all of a sudden these things are starting to compound. The mechanics and stuff that you're having to play with are starting to compound, which is really awesome. So you can see we've got a couple of robots stirring around here. We have our last main objectives all on this side of the map now. So we can kind of get out of this area, which is sweet. See what we got going on here. Okay. Where do we need? Okay, so there's building right across up in the top. I would very much assume, actually let me just quick save. I would very much assume that there is a robot waiting for us up top here, but we can go ahead and look. Okay. So let's see if we can come in from the top just to buy us a little bit of time here. Okay, so he's already ripping. He's already coming outside. Maybe not. I thought he was coming outside. This definitely seems, though, like a lot less strategic as long as you can just outrun these robots. at kind of first glance and everything that we've been doing so far, as long as you're able to outrun the robots, you don't really need to put anything super crazy into motion. So gonna be interesting to see how many missions are actually like this. Like I said, like I like the idea of explosive safes and needing to mitigate the fires and stuff, but I definitely like putting together more of a plan instead of just kind of feeling like I'm frantically running around and trying to dodge certain things. But we'll see. Every mission, for the most part, has done a pretty good job in making them different from each other, even if the premise can somewhat be the same. So curious to see how they change that now. This guy's quick, though. Damn. He's fast. We got another robot in here. I have to kind of figure out where... Okay, this objective's just right above us. I'm thinking it's going to be worthwhile to go ahead and upgrade the rocket launcher pretty soon too, because we know very clearly that the shotgun and stuff doesn't really do anything to these guys. They need explosive damage to be incapacitated, so... I thought I would have been able to get away from him, but he just ran that bomb right into me. Makes total sense. Okay, so we got that one already. Still getting chased by this guy. Another robot in... Is that a robot? Can't tell. Yeah. So we gotta go the back corner here. Probably up in the office. Like, this thing can see me already. Like, I definitely wish there was a way to know. I don't feel like you could do this stealthily. Because I feel like even when you get in the general vicinity, they know you're here. So I could just be doing it wrong. We haven't obviously had a whole lot of time to play with these robots yet, but this one, because we're sitting on wood, gate. A little bit of a fire there. That one put him out a little bit there. See if we can get out of this. Follow me now, buddy. Yeah, so it really is just kind of creating your own path as you're going through and dodging all of this. Which, again, I mean, it's cool. It's cool, but I definitely like the ones where you have to kind of put together a little bit more of a path. I hate having to check my map as much as I am, but it's really kind of hard to keep track of where all of these objectives are, where these robots and stuff are. Like, I'm gonna just crouch walk in here again. I don't think it really matters. I don't know if they pick up on sounds. They just seem to know I'm here. Okay, it's not really gonna matter anyways because I need to go up the stairs. What do I got? Gotta throw around a little bit. I'm gonna go down to the floor because I'm pretty sure that's where this one's gonna have dropped. It didn't start a fire, surprisingly. Maybe it did and it's just up top. But yeah, if you can switch elevation on these guys, they're pretty screwed. If you can take away their stairs and stuff, they're pretty screwed. They can't move, so that's pretty sweet. There's definitely a multitude of ways that you can outrun them. I don't think the idea is to really do a whole lot of damage. It really is just to kind of outrun. But very cool in our first mission to be able to work around these robots. Had no idea what to expect for how lethal they were going to be. I still don't think we've seen their full capacity here yet. Obviously, we know, too, that they have robots that shoot rockets. That will be very interesting in maps where they are essentially tinder boxes, in that all the materials are light material made of wood if we're trying to extinguish fires and stuff at the same time. Similar to this one, but if all of those guys used rockets instead of, you know, machine guns, that would have been probably a very different story. Would have just taken longer to complete, but not by any means impossible. Another quick episode here. You never really know how these ones are going to go at this point, but definitely appreciate you guys taking some time and checking this one out with us. Hopefully you're able to learn something. If you're interested in getting Teardown, I would highly recommend it, especially since I believe it's still on sale on Steam right now. I know it's something that's coming to console a little later, planned for this year, and they seem to just keep adding things to it, so a very active community. We've got some cool opportunities for mods, cool opportunities for a creative sandbox that we absolutely cannot wait to jump into, but very regimented in trying to just make sure that we're doing one thing at a time here and keeping some sort of flow in this series. So we will be just polishing off all of the objectives in all of the campaign missions before we dig into all of the additional content here. But just so you guys kind of know our roadmap for the next little bit, we're gonna just keep chugging through Teardown campaign. Super appreciate you guys spending all of the time that you did with us on this video. If you liked it, if you learned something, definitely give this video a like. Drop any questions or comments that you have in our comment section. Subscribe to the YouTube channel for Friendly Frenzy Games if you haven't already. We've got a lot of gaming content on there. Most recently, we have been going through, obviously, Teardown, but as well, we've picked up Terraria again, and we are chugging through the Calamity mod, so definitely make sure if RPGs or pixelated art style kind of games are your thing, definitely make sure you're giving that a like, or just checking it out at the very least. And, yeah, we look forward to seeing you guys in the next episode. Have a great day, everybody.